to those of you celebrating. Excuse me. Now, I was not going to do a video today, obviously, and I was not going to. I debated with myself back and forth about going to church, but I want to go ahead and reference something, a couple of things in the media, but also from back on this channel in 2019. And I'm sorry, but the anxiety is high. And it's been Lent, so yeah. I did just say a rosary. I know that's a contradiction, but I did, and I prayed for all of you. I hope you can pray for me too. So in a nutshell, it's probably time for the church to go underground. Now, there's a lot of divisiveness happening, and I believe AI is a big part of it because they want this holy war, and they want this race war, and they want this gender war. But back in 2019, right before CV, I told you one of the only other waking visions that I had, aside from the one that I just had a couple days ago, it's time for that to come to pass, so I have to talk about it again and point back to it. You can go through the videos if you want. I have dream videos and chats and where I kind of summarize things. I have different videos where I just read straight from my journal, so depending on who you are, you should be able to understand the message regardless of the way that I put it out. And I try to do that to reach as many people as possible. But lately I've been just going to the root of things just for the sake of time, because we don't have a lot of that right now. So allegedly there were no Easter messages put out by England. I don't know if I disagree with that or agree. Again, there's a lot of AI happening, but I will point back to a dream that I had and one of the only waking visions that I had in 2019. Actually, it might, you know what? It was in 2018 because CV hit in 2019. I apologize. But again, there's a playlist. You can go check it out if you want. So God had called me back to church, and one of the first times I was going back to church, I went to grab the door, and I pulled the door open, and I had this flash in my mind, and I saw two things in this one vision. It was real quick, maybe 5 seconds. It was the only other waking vision I've ever had, and again, you can check the playlist if you want, but it's only one of two that I've ever had, aside from the one the other day. So I go to pull the door open, and I see the outside of a church, and it says, "Get your SHOTS inside." And I'm like, well, that's weird. What the heck does that mean? And then I saw masked guys with a different kind of SHOT inside, causing attacks within churches. After that, the church in Notre Dame caught on fire, and it's been going ever since. If you're paying attention, it's been happening ever since. Now, again, I'm not trying to become famous here. I'm not showing my face. You've seen my face, but I'm not showing it now because it's not about me. You have to decide now what you're gonna do. God took me back to every church. The last one he took me back to was my home church, and I told you about the confessional seal being broken, about the bizarre Christmas service, about them not following the missal. It's just all kinds of strange. So I was not going to go back on Easter because I have a plan to go back, but it's not today. And there's a reason that I didn't go back today. It's because there's a lot of people there today, and I have a lot of enemies. I'm very well aware that when I step back into a public space, at this time, I've got to be cautious of that, and so should you. For the sake of others, I'm not telling you not to be courageous, because right now we need courage. We need prayer warriors. We need people who are gonna speak out that the law of Christ is love and forgiveness and mercy, and not holy wars and bloodlust and all this other type of stuff. So that was the other vision I had. It's really short, all right? But I told you when the 2019 lockdown started on this channel, again, you can go back and see the playlist. I told you, this is what God was showing me. This is the first half of that vision, because they started giving people the arm cocktails in churches. Judgment starts at the church first, right? Well, that's where those arm cocktails started, was in churches, Protestant churches, I believe, and maybe some modern Catholic churches too. I don't recall. But then I saw the other part of the vision. It was masked men with pew-pews inside of church buildings. Do with this information as you will. You've got to do what you think is best for your walk and your family now. But God does not abide by cowardice. And arrogance is also not of God. They're showing us the worst of the worst on the screen. They're showing us the worst Muslims, the worst Christians, the worst Catholics. And I knew that I had to warn you guys about this when I saw Erica Kirk post, "Go to church." These people aren't godly. They're not going to tell you to go to church. And then when I saw the warning about ISIS, and then this morning was the third confirmation to bring this back to your attention that I had this vision, was Trump broadcasting it for all the world to see. Our churches will be filled. What exactly do you think that means, guys? I told you we were sold out a long time ago. Now, I hope that people get this message, and I hope that they spread it around. Our church is going to go underground. I would suggest that if you don't know it, that you learn the rosary, because we've been warned about all this stuff in the Catholic Church. We knew what to watch for. We knew that all of this was coming. So you can think what you want in this time, but remember that they're calling good evil and evil good right now. That should tell you all you need to know. Learn your rosary, it helps. We were warned that we should know it. Get a song in your heart and a dance in your step. Be a modern-day Isaiah, Elijah, Ezekiel, Deborah, Judith, Joan of Arc. But don't be a coward. But also, don't put others around you in undue danger. All right, I hope you're understanding what I'm throwing down here. Now, I'm gonna see if the Lord actually wants me to write this out with the message he gave me the other day about the plagues, if I'm supposed to like write this out as like, you know, a strong prophetic type of message, or if this is good enough, because I've told you I don't operate, everybody operates in their own manner, and for me, it's visuals and symbols, and I tell you about what I see. I can dissect words all day, I can relay words all day, but when it comes to trying to get a message across, it's of a great importance. It makes me extremely anxiety-ridden, and I'm not a very good public speaker in that way, because I take other people's well-being very seriously. Go out there and help somebody today. A neighbor, a friend, a shut-in, an animal. Do something to help. Yeah, pay attention, be aware of your surroundings, watch for media and internet blackouts in your area. You should be able to tell when everyone on your social media site turns into a bot. You should know something is up. That's what I mean when I say blackouts. All right, when people aren't talking the way they usually talk, when they're not texting like normal, and I don't text anymore. I try to call people. If they don't pick up, that's it for me. And that's pushing it. I rarely want to do that anymore. I talk to people that I see face to face. I try to share what I can of being kind, you know, and do the little, you know, just do what you can each day for your immediate circle. Pray for those far away, but don't take anything at face value, because if you ask me, again, they're showing the worst of the worst on the media screen to get everybody agitated into this holy war type of behavior. Don't do it. Don't do what they want us to do. There's a reason for that. I'm gonna end this video. I did not want it to be too long. Like I said, do with it as you will. And I do have playlists where I talk about my dreams and prayer time with God and things that He's had me write down. So, y'all have a blessed day and keep praying, fast, repent, forgive, love, confess, repeat.